doing it. We're live.
Ish. Technically.
We did it, everybody.
We did do it.
We did
We
it.
did it real good. And we got you moving on desktop. We got me moving on my microphone. You don't sound super quiet, and I don't feel like I need to yell to be heard. So I figured out why the last episode we recorded that nobody saw, and oh no, there was a whole week missing that nobody's going to notice because nobody follows us.
Oh, sad face.
Sad face. But you know what? Fuck you guys. Don't come back. We love you.
Yes, please. We need exposure.
No, wait. I'm not doing the thing. That one. There.
Oh, man.
Jeez. What? No. That one. There we go. Okay. So yeah, just don't. We need you. Please follow us.
Yes,
Anyway.
please follow, like, subscribe.
Anyway, so I think the issue was I was using my Sony Bluetooth noise canceling headphones that were connected to my TV, and my computer was outputting to my TV,
Oh.
and I had the TV volume up so I could hear you, but I didn't have the computer volume up high enough to actually pick you up adequately. And
Nice.
I think I had the gain on my mic way too high. So, and even now you're actually kind of loud, so we're just gonna.
Now it's the opposite day.
Well, you were peaking real bad. Don't want that.
Yeah.
I can turn down easier than I can turn
Yeah.
up.
That is very true. That is something that is
And
very
it's
true.
like I could technically run a separate recording to record just me, but then I'd have to have Audacity open and
all sorts of things that could potentially.
And I gotta figure out a sync point. We gotta do some 3, 2, 1 meh shit so I can actually I am clapping now, and this is I don't know.
You don't want to edit that hard yet.
No, I've done that before, and it's awful. Editing Let's Plays, as easy as it may seem, sucks. It's actually quite difficult. And, yeah, I don't want to do it any more than I have to. Editing down a stream is much easier than editing down a recording session, and then it sucks. I don't like it. And, I actually... are you familiar with Super Mega?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they were on Cold Ones with Max Mofo and his friend. They went to Australia and they went on the show, and one of the questions that Max asked them was so do you think you're gonna go through and edit anymore? And they both just went, no, we have edited more Let's Plays than we have ever wanted to, that anyone has any right to have edited.
Yeah, I feel like editors never get enough praise.
They really don't. Editors kind of get the shaft in a lot of YouTube space, and I think one of the things that I've noticed in Unus Annus, which will be dying by the time the time this episode goes up, will be the last day of Unus Annus's existence.
Have you rewatched all of them?
I've rewatched everything. I have seen every episode of Unus Annus twice.
Nice.
At least twice. Some 3 or 4 times, just because they're that great. But
yeah. It's good.
So, but they always make sure they credit the specific editor, because they've got 5 editors on this. Because sometimes they're lead production manager, which is just Markiplier's girlfriend.
Yeah.
She'll edit sometimes. Mark will edit sometimes. Ethan will edit sometimes. Each of their editors will edit sometimes. They've got a third, so they have at least 6 editors, and they always make sure to credit who edited that specific episode with a link to all their stuff, and a lot of them have their own YouTube channels, but like the in Unis Honest in general, one of the biggest things I've noticed is how fantastic the editing has been. Because they'll have like these goofy moments and then cut away to like this like aspect ratio difference with like a deep saturation of color, and one of them's just staring at the screen with like the other, like one scene particularly comes to mind is like they're playing Camp Unis Honest, where they're like
Hmm.
trying to play up this whole like it's a summer camp deal. It was like in back in August when they were doing it. It was this big whole goofy thing, and like one of the things is how to dig a grave properly, and like they're going through and they're digging. One's got like a little teeny like trench shovel that they're trying to, while the other one's got a full size spade and they're going at it, and they eventually like break into song, and Ethan starts like running around in the background and like jumping and skipping, singing like "You'll Dig a Grave with Me," but in like the tune of "You Got a Friend in Me" sort of thing. So like he's all frolicking in the background and all of that, and it just cuts to Mark staring at the camera like slightly off center with Ethan frolicking in the background, and then the whole scene just starts getting more and more saturated and darkened, and like this ominous just hum starts coming from the background while Mark is just staring into the camera completely deadpan. It's just
That's
things like,
funny.
it's little things like that, or like they'll say something and the editor will have a little quip that they'll pipe in, or things. It's just so great. It's fantastic.
That's pretty good. I like that. Yeah,
It's
editing's hard,
editing is
but
very
really,
hard. Editing is very
ed-
hard.
but really good editing looks really good.
Yeah.
So,
And the only way to get to good editing is to edit more. And fuck.
yep. And you've
I
already committed to painting more,
I've
so
committed, well, and that's the thing. I've committed to painting more, and I've also committed to documenting it on YouTube in a
yeah.
very
Oh,
in a very artistic film style. So
yeah.
I'm gonna have to up my editing chops again. But
Yeah, yeah.
right now, I'm kind of working on streamlining or figuring out how long it takes me to paint a usable, functioning army.
Hmm.
So last week when we recorded, I had finished priming and I had put the base coat on the first squad, which is done, by the way. I
Nice.
finished those on Friday. I'll have to just send you the picture itself because I actually took like a really nice artistic. Oh, come on, focus. There you go. Oh, it. There you go. It's a nice little pack leader. Do it up,
Nice.
because this is the Space Wolves we're talking about. They don't fuck around. I will send you on Discord. They really don't. It's kind of ridiculous. The fancy, really pretty, straight on shot. There we go. Sent over Discord.
Bam. There it is. Oh yeah, those look good.
Right? I was really happy. I finished those. When did I finish those? Let's check.
See, I like the customizing you're doing on the bases.
Oh yeah. No, that's absolutely part of it. When did that I finished this unit entirely on base on Wednesday. It is now Saturday. So 4 days
Nice.
ago, and now I'm working on the next group that I got base coated. I got all the base coating done on that unit yesterday. So and I'm like, I'm already going faster, but it's also fewer models. This this
Hmm.
this unit's only 3 models as opposed to 5.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm kind of figuring out how long it takes me to paint like a 500 point army from start to in its entirety. So from
Yeah.
starting with nothing, assembling, priming, base coating, more base coating, detailing, metallics, done. Base done. that whole thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So the next group I'm working on is ones that fly. So that's its own
Um,
adventure.
did you start up the painting Twitch channel that you were?
I have created it. So I've
Okay.
created the YouTube channel, I've created the Twitch channel.
Which I'm assuming you're gonna plug in this episode.
Yeah. I actually, in the edits, I'm going to change my social links to those because those are the
Yes.
things that I'm going to be active on.
Yeah. Not to say we're not going to be active here.
Well, I have like just my normal personal stuff now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to change those to like what I'm going to be using on Twitch and Instagram. And I need to make a Twitter account and I need to make a specific Instagram account. So, we.
Should be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. The painting
I
streams are chill, so it's just something you can throw on.
Yeah. I finally am starting to feel better from vertigo. Went to the doctor yesterday, got that looked at,
Oh, good, good.
and he turned me upside down in all sorts of funky ways. And apparently, in most cases, that helps people immediately. I guess I had a delayed reaction because I woke up not dizzy for the first time in 3 weeks.
Nice. So you said he turned you upside down. Like, what do you mean by that
So what he had
specifically?
the specific maneuver he had me do was he had me straddle the doctor bed, right? And
Yeah.
then he had me turn my head to the right and lay back with my head over the edge of the
Oh, okay.
table. And then he
Interesting.
had me roll my head to the other side, turn up on my shoulder, and then
Hmm.
sit up.
Huh. Interesting.
It was awful.
Yeah, if you have vertigo, that sounds like a
It was,
hellish nightmare.
and it was like in the moments of it, it was like dizzy, 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 sit up, dizzy, 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 and then it kind of started to calm down.
Yeah.
And by the time I was done with the doctor's appointment, I was completely wiped. I was exhausted. I was done. I didn't have the wherewithal to DM for D&D that night, so we just did a one shot. But then we ended up just kind of. But then I woke up this morning and I had little to no, like I was able to roll over without the room going wee.
That's good. So what is that like the go-to? Like if you start feeling bad, it's like do that and you should be okay.
I guess
Huh.
that's my go-to. He because I wasn't feeling better at the time. He was like, "Hey, we're gonna send you to uh, vestibular therapy to kind
Hmm.
of get some more." And I think I might still do that just to get a few more like advanced techniques, kind of
Hmm.
at least see them once, just to get like, okay, I'm feeling better, but if this comes back,
Yeah, what
what
do?
can I do so I don't have to keep coming to the doctor for this and I can take care of it within a couple days as opposed to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
1 week is too much, especially for the type of job that I have. So,
Yeah.
uh,
Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah. It's been going on. I don't know. Work's been busy. That's all I know.
sounds
At
like it.
least for me. Yeah,
You were
it's
going to
just
try and re-record last week's episode a couple days ago, and you're like,
did
no.
no. I legitimately I could not escape any kind of meetings.
It was just
I
like
was
a
having meetings at like 3, 4. Uh, I eventually didn't go to one because it was literally at 5, and I'm like, I'm beyond even at work at that point.
yeah.
So I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? So I think Monday and Tuesday, I think I ended up just going to sleep pretty much as soon as I got home
Oh
because I
Jesus.
was just like,
Lock the
I'm
door and go
fucking
to
done.
bed. Wow.
Yeah, I was like, I'm
That's
just fucking done, man.
that's too much.
Yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully next week's a little more, bit more calm. I'm hopeful at least that it'll be that way. But this week was just very much. Oh, hey, by the way, you're doing this.
Ugh.
You were supposed to be doing this 3 weeks ago, but I forgot to tell you 3 weeks ago that you're supposed to be doing this.
And it's supposed to be done next week.
Uh, Not necessarily be done, but just something that's like, oh, here you go. Here's more responsibility that you weren't looking for or asking for, but here you go. It's yours now.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, cool, because we don't have a lot of stuff going on right now. But hey, it's whatever, man. My goal is to survive through Christmas break and then just be like, all right, I'm gonna look for something else
Oh,
inside
really?
the company.
Oh, in
Yeah.
within.
Yeah.
Okay. Something
Yeah.
that's not with that client.
Yeah. I just it's the client at this point. I mean, I love the company I work for. That is not the issue.
Fantastic.
The issue is the fact that the client that I'm currently working for, it's getting to a point where there's no processes, no procedures on that end of the side of that client that is I can't deal with it anymore.
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah, it's too much Thunderdome bullshit when it doesn't need to be. So I'm just like, yeah, I can't keep doing that.
Yeah.
That's not fun. I enjoy some structure as much as I like random activity as well.
Yeah. And like
Yeah.
that's the thing for me is like I want random activity within the structure I've already created. I'm
Yeah,
totally fine with
exactly.
random activity within the structure I've already created because that way I've already created a system to deal with any potential randomness that comes through
Exactly.
instead of just like, hey, that's part of why I want to work for myself so that if anything comes up, I can just be like, oh, yeah, that.
Yeah,
Come my own damn problems.
exactly. So I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it'll get better. I don't know. I'm always hopeful that somehow, some way they
Right.
learn from their mistakes, but we'll see, I guess.
With the, with
You know?
with with this client.
I don't know. Possibly. Maybe. I want to be slightly optimistic, I suppose. So I don't hate it 100%, but
you
I try to affect positive change over there. And I mean that's all I can really do.
yeah, and
But
as long as you're putting in your best effort, anything that
I'm
goes
putting in
anything that goes
that's
wrong at that point is not your fault,
yeah, I mean I can only do so much.
right?
It's just unreal. Yeah. But oh well, that's that. Week's over. Don't care anymore.
Right.
So um what else has been going on? Shit, how many recordings have we covered like AMD's CPUs and GPUs at this point that we've either
Hey,
launched or
the
scrapped?
5000 series launched this week. It's as good as we
To
thought it was going to be.
Yeah, to great review.
To no one's surprise.
And rip Intel continues to be the theme. So
Seriously, next we
yeah.
just need to wait for next week for yeah,
Uh
it's the 14th, right?
for reviews, right?
Which means
I actually
we should be
don't
getting
know
an
on that one.
unboxing or two next week, probably.
Possibly.
So they have
I
time
thought
to
they
do their
were
benchmarks.
I thought they were launching December 8th though.
Could have sworn I heard
Oh,
November.
I've
AMD's
gotta
usually
look.
got a pretty quick turnaround, from my understanding, or at least based on the thing. I mean, they announced.
Oh, November 18th for the 6800s. Oh,
Okay,
it's December 8th for the 6900
okay,
XT. Okay.
that makes sense.
So yeah, so not
Week and a half.
yeah, something like that. And what the hell did I just do? Oh, just minimize everything because that's what I do. All right. So yeah, week and a half. That is exciting though. I wonder when maybe they're I wonder if they're not NDA. What's the
Embargo.
is it NDA? Yeah, they're embargo. I wonder if that'll lift before
It's
as
usually
far as reviews go.
it's usually
So
like
like
a day or
three
two, if anything.
eh, yeah. Damn, that sucks. I really just want to see like some good benchmarks on that.
We'll get them when we get them. Like I said, we should be
I
seeing
know.
an unboxing in about a week.
Yeah. Console
And
reviews hit this week.
console
I mean,
reviews did
for
hit this week, and who boy, I am impressed with the PlayStation 5. Just looking
um,
at it and the controller.
yeah, there's a lot of people that are very much like Sony. Good job on controller. This is very new and different, and something that we think will be like future type
Yeah,
idea.
yeah. No,
Um,
it's the things I've seen about it have been like that's how you because every like I've seen a lot of people talk about like the series controllers, and it's
mhm,
just like this
mhm.
is just the Xbox One
It's an
controller again,
yeah,
which was
yeah.
just
Well,
the Xbox 360 controller again.
yeah.
So it's just like Microsoft keeps doing the same thing over and over and over again. And we already have established that Microsoft doesn't give a shit about their consoles. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, not really. I mean, they can claim they do, but it's more or less selling their service at this point.
It is. And
And and
it's
and to be
they're
fair, that's the future, I think, for them
yeah.
as a whole. And I don't think it's a terrible future or a bad idea because Game Pass is really fucking good, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like
no,
that's
the Game Pass is great. I have no qualms and no issues with the Game Pass. It's just the fact that they're like, yeah, buy our console, I guess, or the other one, I guess.
and at the
Here's
same
things that
time,
go with it,
and at
I
the same time, they're
suppose.
like, by the way, this is all on any Windows PC
That's
as well.
that's that's
So
that's why I threw in the I guess. It's like, yeah, you can buy our console, but you could also.
buy a PC.
And I like that's the one thing that I got to give Microsoft props for is like, yes, their they have no exclusives.
Yeah, essentially.
There
Yeah.
are no Microsoft exclusives, but then again, we're going to reach the Xbox has no games memes are going to be coming back.
Which something struck me odd. I saw a comment on the new Xbox, the Series X, and basically there was a guy who was only buying it to play games from the 360 era.
But you can already do that on the one, can't
Right.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But it
if
just
you have Game Pass on your PC, you can do that on your PC.
it strikes me as odd though, because why not why spend that money when you could just get an Xbox 360 and those games for easily way less than the price?
Right?
Because I mean, yeah, they
Because they're
uplifted
not,
some of them,
and
but
they're
it's not.
the ones that are uplifted aren't going to be upscaled enough to actually be 4K.
Yeah, I don't know. It struck me as odd, and kind of something that was just dumb. That felt like I don't want to say fanboyism, but it's like that's just you buying a new console and
That's
literally not buying a new game because you don't like the new games. You only play old games.
that's that's actually fanboyism. That's
But
the
it's just
problem.
I don't
I
know. I don't know.
I
It's weird.
so while the I personally haven't seen any reviews for the PlayStation 5 itself, like
Hmm.
actual reviews of here's how the thing works. But just the review of the controller I saw, I am
Hmm.
incredibly impressed, and I'm very excited to get a hands on with it because
Um,
it sounds like they really upped their game with the DualSense.
yeah, the controller. I think they did a great job with. Uh, I know a lot of people were I don't want to say complaining, but being like, "Oh, Xbox is clearly better because it has better load times," even though both of them are using like custom,
But that's the thing
memory
is
controllers.
we don't know what the load times on the 5 are yet.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, we
There's
do?
there's reviews out there. Yeah,
Okay.
but at the same time, like both both companies are using like custom memory controllers
Yeah.
to access their NVMe SSDs. Like that, we know is that's what's happening.
I
And I
am
know Microsoft is also using some proprietary stuff they're going to introduce to Windows that should help with like prioritizing, like basically, I don't want to say adding a pipeline to accessing hard drives and increasing like overall data fetch, but like that's kind of what they're doing. Like they're in a way like kind of separating that out, which I think is great. I think we're in the next probably 5 to 10 years, we're probably going to see something in the PC space where it's like now you can really access all the speed and capabilities of your hard drives, your
Yeah.
SSDs, your NVMe SSDs. Um, but everybody was like, giving shit to Sony because they really heavily focused on that memory controller, and now they're like, oh, load times are slow. What was Sony thinking? Blah blah blah. And it's just kind of like that. I mean, look, anybody is going to play whatever console they're going to play. I don't think anybody gives a shit about load times, really.
No.
Me personally, I don't really care about console load times. I don't really care about PC load times.
No.
But
And like unless there are very few games that I'm concerned about the immersive experience,
yeah,
and most games that have load times are not those games.
yeah, exactly.
And like the few games I've played that have given me a very immersive experience already don't have load times. Like for me, The Witcher,
Hmm.
there are almost no loads in that game unless you're fast traveling.
Yeah,
But if you're just walking around, the world is your oyster and you can just do whatever. And
yeah.
it took me it took me 90 hours to realize that there weren't load times in The Witcher 3.
Just walking around, not thinking
And that
about it.
like that there has me excited for what Cyberpunk has to offer when that
Oh yeah,
eventually
yeah,
releases.
yeah. December 10th, still, I think is what we're looking at. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
I
Um,
think they're really going to push to try and get it out before holiday time.
yeah. Well, I mean, for me, like December 10th, hey, that's perfect because I got 2 weeks, a 2 week break coming up soon after that. Like, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I might.
Hell, they could
Um,
push it back like another week and I'd still be fine, right? Yeah, shit. Push it back to the 17th because after that Friday, I've got 2 weeks off. I'll put tons of hours into that. So CD Projekt, if you're listening right now, go ahead, just push it back another week. Just for me, that's fine. It's fine. Um, Another thing, people for some reason forget that the cost of new shit is hard drive space. So the 1 terabyte drives on both consoles are like really, really, really reduced. I think the Xbox was high 700s and the PS5 was
it's like 8 something.
no, I think they were both 700s in the 700 range. It was actually pretty bad considering.
Cuz that's
Uh,
all the like operating system and shit, right?
it's a lot of OS shit and whatever
Well,
whatever other tech they're using.
at least this is funny to say. Microsoft brought back memory cards.
Yeah, I saw that. That's the proprietary plugin for that crap.
Which is just I guarantee is just a plug-in SSD.
Yeah, it's probably like a
It literally
one
has a
terabyte micro SD.
it literally has a Seagate branding on it.
Yeah, yeah, and it's awful. And that's what's funny is people were fighting about that. Like, oh, Microsoft already has an option. What does Sony have? And it's like you can put an NVMe drive in your PS5. Like they literally when they show the teardown video, you take off one of the faceplates and it's just a hatch right there, and you just slip a new NVMe in.
And that's been a thing with PlayStation consoles for a while now is that you can upgrade the storage.
Since the PS3,
Hmm.
you could always upgrade the storage.
And they make it
Uh,
easy to do. They make it easily accessible.
yeah. Oh, I lied. Okay, Sony actually um has a lot less than the Xbox. Let's see here. So Sony is only rocking 667
Oh geez.
usable, which ouch.
Yeah.
Um, it looks like I don't know what that is yet. I don't know. I'm assuming though. as time progresses and updates come out for the OS and everything, they'll probably shrink down the OS and give you a little bit more space back.
Yeah, and it's not like flash storage is that expensive anymore.
It really isn't. I mean,
Unlike it
any
used to
USB
be.
3.0 external drive is like the recommended for external game storage. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
and like we said, it's just as easy to buy a 1 or 2 terabyte NVMe SSD and just
Yeah.
slap it in your PlayStation 5 and you should be fine.
I do know that Sony will have a list of requirements as far as like what kind of capabilities it has to go in your PlayStation. I don't know if that's
I
out yet,
doubt it'll
but
be anything less than what'll go in most PCs.
that's what I'm assuming
Like they're
too.
they're probably limiting it so like the super dirt cheap SSDs don't get put in. At least
Yeah,
that's the way
yeah.
I'd see it going. That's what makes
Well,
sense
yeah.
to me.
I think they don't want anything too cheap that's going to cause stability issues.
Don't put
Because
your that fucking $20 NVMe drive.
oh god, those exist. That's sad. Oh, and Microsoft's SSD, it looks like 802 gigs, so is usable, which is better. But I would also expect that from a company that has been putting out operating systems since
Mid
uh
80s.
yeah. So
Speaking of
actually,
speaking of old tech, I just watched a video essay thing about fucking Deep Blue from IBM.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
Deep Blue. That's a name I haven't heard in quite some time.
right. A guy I follow on YouTube. He has a video series that he calls Down the Rabbit Hole, and he released like a 2 hour video doc going like
Nice.
talking about the history of Deep Blue, and then like the first half is the history of Deep Blue, how it got to become Deep Blue after it got bought by IBM,
Hmm.
and then the last half is Deep Blue versus Gary Kasparov.
Nice.
Is
That
documenting
is.
those two huge, like there were two huge events that was Gary Kasparov versus Deep Blue, and Gary Kasparov very closely beat at game 5. He figured out how to manipulate the system.
Oh, that's awesome.
In game 5 of the first one, he figured out how to manipulate the system to make it uh basically move loop, where it would basically just end up moving pieces back and forth uselessly, so he could eventually come in for the kill. And he ended
Nice.
up doing that for the last two specific games. And
Yeah.
then he was like, okay, let's have a rematch. Let's give it a year. Let's have a rematch. They signed a contract and all that. And the whole
Nice.
time, like they're teaching it how to, they're teaching it how to do all these different things. Like there was an issue with like the en passant rule that they were trying to figure out, and a bunch of different things. They had a couple other chess grandmasters come in to teach it how to do different stuff. And then the time comes close, and Gary Kasparov is like, hey, can I get the game records for Deep Blue so I can study what it's done in this last year so I can be prepared for
Hmm.
all of this? And IBM went, no.
Oh, really?
And apparently they had written into the contract that Gary Kasparov could, in fact, have access to all of the public game records that Deep Blue, all the public
Yeah.
games that Deep Blue had played in the year between, in that year. And then they just didn't have Deep Blue play any public games.
Oh, wow.
So they just fucked over Gary Kasparov.
Wow. You know what's interesting about that is it really it shows that yes, you can teach a system to learn things,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, you've got the human mind in Gary going, oh, there's a loop here that I can use to beat this thing, and that is that it's going to be scary when we get to that level of AI where it learns that without the brute force learning, without trying to
Mm-hmm.
teach it, it just automatically like, oh, here's how I can game the system
Yeah.
and make it work to my
I
advantage.
just
And that,
I thought it was really interesting that Gary managed to pull that off. And
yeah. Well,
then
I mean, chess players, I mean, really good grandmaster chess players, that's what it is. They
and at
look
and
for
at
those
the
specific things.
yeah, and at the time Gary Kasparov was the number 1 ranked chess player in the world. This was
Yeah.
96, 97 when
Yeah.
those
And
two games took
that's,
place. He was the best chess player in the world quantifiably.
oh man, it makes me want to go play chess now. I don't know
I
why.
haven't played chess in forever, man, and I'm
I
terrible at it.
it's been a long time. But I mean, little known fact, I was in the chess club in high school. I was one of those kids. And I liked it. It's strategy. I mean,
Oh, it's
I'm a
chess
fan
is
of
actually really cool. Like it's
I mean, I'm a fan of RTS, like games.
Mhm.
Command and Conquer, that was my first PC RTS. I think that might have been, well, it wasn't my first PC game, but it was definitely my first like RTS on Windows PC game. And I mean, I loved that series up until, EA bought fucking Westwood Studios, RIP. Um,
See, you said that, and now I'm just like, man, I gotta get you playing Warhammer. It's
I,
that
oh,
same sort of thing. It's tabletop. You have a battlefield that you're controlling,
yeah,
and you have different
yeah.
units that you can tell to do different things.
No, and
You
I've
would,
played tabletop strategy games.
yeah.
That's not anything new, but I just that's a dangerous, expensive area that I do not want to venture into. Um,
Yet.
I
I will whittle
look,
you down, my friend.
look, you're gonna have to go through the boss on that one. All right, like there will probably be contracts involved and everything else.
I
Um,
mean, I've got a full starter set with 2 complete functioning armies that I'm willing to have people come over and yeah. No,
no,
I'm
I'm good. I'm good. Don't worry. I will stick to playing chess, which I have a chessboard and set, so I'm not even worried about
I
it.
will convert you.
Uh, you're, jeez. No, but like, I was a kid. I learned chess early on and kept playing through high school. And then it kind of just fell away from it because I had nobody to play with. So that's one thing I should start playing again, though. I should start playing online. It's a good idea. It's
chess
a good idea. I like it.
chess gets views on Twitch, man.
Oh, I know. I know. It's funny.
Like it
But there's one guy specifically, I can't remember his name, but yeah, he plays chess constantly, and he's up there too. Let's see what is say like Twitch chess players. I can't remember who it is, but he everybody loves watching. Oh yeah, GM Hakura, I think is he's got over 1 million viewer hours and he plays chess.
Jesus.
And that's in November. Twitch streamers. Oh, this is over the last 30 days.
I
And they
saw
brought this
okay,
out in
so
November.
I saw a video over a month ago now. It was um, Moist Critical versus XQC.
Oh god, XQC. I have things I would say about him.
I know.
I
It did, but hear me out.
okay. All right.
Moist Critical managed mate on turn 6.
I'm not surprised.
And it
That
was
doesn't
it was
surprise
the
me.
funniest thing because it's just like, oh yeah, no, it's XQC's going and he's doing this move and whatever, and there's this one particular counter to it and this that the other thing. Oh, critical is checkmate. Okay, and it's like it happens and it cuts and you see critical and XQC on one side and then there's like actual chess analysts on the other. So it's not just like people are breaking down and they're like analyzing this particular game and it I'm sure you could look it up, just XQC versus Moist Critical chess, and you'll find it's like a minute long, and you just see Moist Critical go, because they were muted, because it was just
Yeah.
analysts, and they're just like, what just happened? And like there's one, like, he's obviously some wizened old grandmaster dude, and he's just like, I can't believe XQC just did
Oh,
that.
oh, one of the guys watching is GM Hakura. That's the guy that
Yeah,
is okay.
yeah. He's the one
All
who's just
right,
like, are you fucking kidding me?
I'm 100% watching this right now because it's only 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
This is yeah, and you know, Hakura's taking it serious. Like, yes,
Uh-huh.
this is gonna be a long game we're in for.
Right?
I mean, XQC already looks confused.
Right. Gonna...
I don't actually know. I think Charlie has been maybe looking at the Sicilian defense is my guess, but I don't actually. Okay, plays the E5. Okay, so XUC is gonna get his Scotch opening here. I think. Let's watch. Let's see.
All right. And if he does get it, then he will be familiar. So he's probably pretty happy to have seen E5. I think C5 may have put him a bit less in his comfort zone.
Right. I think E5, E4, E5 is what a lot of players like to play. And here we go. We get the Scotch opening. So XUC is very comfortable. I think this is the main opening he's been playing a lot. Okay, now Moist Critical plays Bishop C5, which is not a move that I like here. The system is completely fine at an advanced level. I'm worried about the plans and the process here. Because when you bring out the bishop like this, it can become very
just
vulnerable.
Like, what the fuck is happening?
Right away. So I'm not sure that I like the variational approach here.
No, please don't.
I love it. It just goes totally quiet.
It's too soon, Hikaru.
He literally
We didn't
just
even reach a climax.
stops talking.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, okay, that happened. All right, well.
Very vulnerable right away. So I'm not sure that I like
Critical move that
like the variational
that
approach
queen.
here.
And it's just like, what
please
the fuck?
don't. It's too soon. It's too soon, Hikaru. We didn't even reach a climax.
That's awesome.
Oh, you just see Critical up in the corner. Yes!
Yeah. Look, I mean, I don't know Critical's experience with chess, but I still feel like that's Tyson fighting a baby. XQC does not strike me as somebody who plays or is good at any kind of strategy whatsoever.
Did you see the video that Critical put out the other day?
I haven't, no.
It's in response to Belle Delphine saying that she wants to hold the world record for the most sex toys.
Oh, God.
And
what did he...
The video opens up with Moist Critical walking in with 2 4-foot-long massive dildos over his shoulders. Like, they're not just long and they're not long and skinny. They're not reasonably functional dildos. These are 2-scale 4-foot-long dongs.
That's amazing.
He's got slung over his shoulder, and he just like walks into his little recording room and just drops them on the ground. You see the camera just just full shake, and he's like, "So Belle Delphine wants to hold the world record for the most sex toys in the world." She doesn't stand a fucking chance against me. And he just goes on and he's like, I've got so much stuff for penetrative sex, for external stimulation, internal stimulation, this, that, the other thing. Like, he keeps talking for a while and he goes, hold on, let me get more comfortable. It cuts. He's wearing a fucking gimp hood with a ball gag and he's got a collar on. He's not wearing a shirt. And he's like, so anyway.
Oh my God, that's incredible. That is
just like, wow.
That is amazing.
He's like, if I opened that closet you see behind me, your brain would explode.
That's funny. I like it. I feel like that's something. If I had the fan base and the money, I would probably do the same thing
Just
and
stock up.
just be a troll and just troll all the people who think that they should matter.
It's kind of what Critical does, isn't it?
But yeah.
That's like
I'm
his,
just, if I was in that position, I would do the same thing. With a little bit of like Steve from Gamer Nexus, a little bit of that, just a little bit of more
just
the
that like
technical snide,
dry,
yeah.
dry, pained expression all the
Which-
time.
Did you see the Gamers Nexus review on the AMD bike?
I didn't.
Oh my god!
Oh, he reviewed
So-
the bike.
He reviewed the bike.
I'm gonna be real. I wanted that bike. I wanted the Cruiser.
You didn't want that bike.
No?
It is poorly manufactured.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
So basically, they outsourced to some like second party production, like mountain bike producer,
That's a shame.
and it is bad because apparently I didn't know this. Steve from Gamers Nexus is an avid mountain bike rider and racer.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
So like
just
his
looking-
experience,
just thinking about his build, that doesn't surprise me at all.
yeah. So for him, like he owns some very, very nice and expensive mountain bikes meant for actual mountain biking.
Okay, how good of a mountain bike can you actually get for $300?
He actually had some recommendations in the video. He had recommendations. He's like,
for this kind of money, don't get this. Get this.
Yes, get an actual like
That's
good
funny.
mountain bike. Yeah,
That's
and he reviewed it. Like he took it out on the trails. Like he was doing. The guy who was following him and recording was actually like sketched out because he was like, I wouldn't go this fast on like a good brand bike. And Steve is just taking these fucking hills and turns at ungodly speeds. But they had to stop because basically,
It's starting to fall apart.
yeah, it was falling apart as they were going.
I'm gonna have
like
to
the
look
chain.
that up. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
look that up.
Oh, it is a great review. Eventually, they had to stop and walk it back because
It just wasn't.
there was a crack in the frame.
Jesus Christ.
And he was like, yeah, this isn't good. He's like, if you keep riding this, there's a chance that the front spokes will go through your chest. It was
Oh,
just
neat.
like, yeah, the
That's
front
bad.
fork. And
That's
yeah,
bad.
but it was, yeah, so he was not too impressed with the overall build quality. It's basically just some other brand bike that has AMD stickers on it, and that's it. And yeah, he
Sounds
was like,
about right.
but he gave pretty good recommendations for what you should buy. So
So he reviews
Yeah.
specifically the mountain bike.
yeah, oh yeah, he went through unboxing it, building it, actually taking it out, bringing it back in, giving proper review to it, offering suggestions on mountain bikes that won't try to kill you.
Because I
Um,
specifically wanted the Cruiser.
Oh, okay. Well,
I-
the Cruiser may be fine.
And
but-
I wouldn't do what he does at all. I just wanted a good bike because, like, if I'm gonna get a bike, I want that Cruiser style. I hate being leaned that far forward. I want to be more upright.
Yeah.
So having
yeah.
that sort of Cruiser style bike is what I want, so I can actually like not have shitty posture when I'm riding a bike. Because I want to. Because with how close I live to where I work, riding a bike just makes more sense.
Yeah.
Because I live less than 2 miles from work. And it's mostly downhill to work, and it's kind of a steady incline the whole
From
way.
work.
So, like, from work. So it's not terrible,
Yeah.
but it quintuple my commute or whatever, but that's worth it to me.
Yeah. Well, it's good exercise too. You know?
Yeah. Especially because especially because it's a less active job.
Yeah. I would not ride a bike to work.
Not from where you
Because-
live to where you work. God, no.
No. God, no. That would be awful. I would rather not. That just reminds me of like the IT crowd, with the stress episode, where it's like, he's like, what would you do about stress? He's like, have a bath, have a bath, ride a bike. He's like, I go 50 miles to and from work every day. He's like, here and here, my inner thighs as red as a fire engine.
Red as a fire engine.
Oh, it's like, no, I would not do that. That sounds awful. So that'd be what, 32 miles both ways? Fuck that. It's bad enough there's a guy that does ride like a pretty decent distance to and from work. Or did, but COVID. So now he works from home. Fuck that. Especially with the weather here too. I don't get that. Also, what is with the sun fucking up everything that is my vision right now? Oh, I might have to close those curtains.
How do you have sun? It's pouring rain where I'm at.
It's like light clouds, so the sun is just there, and then just there's enough of it where
I've got full downpour on me.
Like it's creating that angelic effect where I look. It's like the Lord.
Healthy glow.
This might be the Lord blessing the podcast. I don't, let's just take it at what it is.
I'm gonna say it, and I'm not gonna say why, but today is a good day.
Today is a good day.
Today is a good day.
It's a great day.
Saturday, November 7th is a good day.
It's a great day.
For anybody who wants to look up why today is a good day.
You want to know why? It's November 7th. That's why.
November 7th. It's a Saturday.
Yeah.
As soon as I'm done here, I'm going to paint. I'm thinking I might stream some Minecraft later.
Oh, yeah. The sun is fully coming out now.
Oh, wow. Like, your hand is just wiped out. Like, yeah, no, it's just a... Do you see it?
Yeah. Holy shit.
Just a gleam.
All right, I'm gonna adjust these. Oh, well, now it's going away.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's doing.
It's Pacific Northwest. You got like a reflection
dude.
Up under your chin. Like under your... Yeah, whatever. It's fine. It's
all
not
right,
in your face, so... We can see
this is the high quality broadcasting that we here at the Old Angle Shot like to bring to you, the viewers. Listeners, look, you're missing out on so much more when you don't watch.
Check us out on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
I can't name the thing because we're not popular enough to have a custom URL yet. So
on YouTube?
Nope. You gotta have...
Really?
Yeah, no, you always had to have a certain amount of followers before you can get a custom URL. You can just grab it on Twitch, fucking go for it. But
I thought I had a custom URL on YouTube. Maybe I don't. I don't know.
You you can't. You gotta reach a certain point before you can get a custom YouTube URL. So we're random string of numbers. If you look up, if you look up a fist
random string of numbers,
random string of numbers and letters.
Oh yeah,
interesting. Show notes.
I didn't realize that.
I'm trying to get better about actually having show notes, links to our stuff in descriptions.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I guess. I mean, I suppose it kind of makes sense in a way. You don't really want to just hand out custom URLs.
Yeah, to everyday Jim, Bob, and Sally on YouTube, but
yeah,
you
want I don't know.
You want to make sure that somebody who's actually giving a shit about it and would need a custom URL and that discoverability can have access to it, so it makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm really glad that nobody in the world has Leprechaun paints. I've been able to get it in its entire...
On everything?
On everything.
Oh, nice.
So far.
We better secure that before this episode comes out.
I got it on Patreon. I got it on YouTube. I got it on Twitch. Probably go for Twitter and Instagram here soon.
Nice.
But I don't expect it. I mean, I'm going to grab it before this is even out, so it's not that much of an issue, but...
Possibly. I might be grabbing it right now.
You motherfucker.
No, too much effort would have to be. So,
but yeah, no, I made a YouTube painting channel, and the YouTube channel is going to be different than the Twitch streams. I'm not even going to host VODs on the Twitch streams. I'm not even going to host stream VODs on the YouTube channel. That's the one, because I want to do a very specific thing with the YouTube channel. That's not just Twitch pods. I want to try and stand out, and I want to stick out a little bit, and I want to do something unique, because that's what matters. And there is I am taking inspiration from some of the other channels that are out there right now. But
I will say, and just based on the production and all types of shows and everything, because I know what we're, the goal of this, as far as the old angle shot on the Fistful of Dice channel and everything, is to have more podcasts and overall an actual D&D. I guess what would it be? Podcast play.
So it's a D&D live play show.
D&D live play show. And I don't know if you have, but I mean, I watch a variety of stuff on Twitch, and one of them, multiple of them, being run by the same person because he does massive production for everything. That being Drop Frames, Friend DNA, a bunch of other different shows, but like It Me JP, I feel like, because I know what you want to do as far as like different productions of shows and everything, that might be a good source to reach out to for, I guess, just kind of an idea on the type of things that may or may not come about, like trying to produce a bunch of different live shows and just shows in general. Because he's been doing it for fucking ever at this point. But yeah,
good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Plus, I mean, good shows. Look, Drop Frame's fantastic. I don't know if you've ever watched it, but
I haven't even heard of anything you just mentioned.
Oh, so like Drop Frames, it's like a weekly 3 guys video game type show. Kind of go over what they've been playing, what's going to come out, stuff like that. Couple weeks ago, they actually had Phil Spencer on, just talking about Xbox and where that's going and what they expect from the future. That was a big get. I don't think anybody expected that one to drop on there, but
there's that fucking.
Yeah, it's a pretty good show. I've been watching it since that first came out. God, was it like 3 or 4 years, something crazy like that? But yeah, I recommend it. It's pretty good. They do. I love their coverage that they do for E3, because then it's almost like Mystery Science Theater. You just got talking heads at the bottom, and it's like, oh look, it's EA and more sports games. All right, I'm gonna go hit the can. Let me know when this is over.
Let me know when something cool happens.
Yeah. And I mean, like when Keanu came out for Cyberpunk, that was a massive
I'm sure.
oh my god, everybody losing their shit moment on the stream.
Oh yeah.
That was a good one.
There was one when they announced. I don't think this is the same guys, but when they announced Joker for Smash Bros, Joker from Persona 5 for Smash Bros.
Yeah.
When they announced that, I saw a reaction video with someone who was like, that sort of what you're talking about. It's a couple guys, and like he does it. One dude like freaks out and he flails, and he just like flips a beer onto his buddy's laptop, just like knocks it over right onto the keyboard, killed the laptop on stream.
Oh god.
And he's just like, oh my god, oh fuck.
That's awesome.
Lost his
mind. That is the good quality that I love to see. There was one, they did one coverage, and I'll have to see if I can just find the clip of this, because it was great. I think it was during E3 when they announced Dark Souls 3. So this was quite a few years ago.
Oh yeah, long time now.
And one of the guests they had on, he sounds like that voice from any kind of cinematic trailer, like in a world where yeah, he sounds just like that. And he was he basically, like, they're watching this trailer and everything, and then he interjects with something, and I can't remember specifically what it was. And then they showed like this ring, and he's like, and one ring to rule them all. And it's just like going, and it's just like, it was fucking like perfect interjection.
Oh yeah.
Of just saying stupid shit at compelling times during this trailer. And it was fantastic. And I need to find just that clip, because that's just a great clip that I need to have.
So
But yeah, what's
Speaking
up?
of people with fantastic voices, for anybody who's been paying attention to like Among Us streams and stuff, I don't know if you have, but
Not particularly, but
have you seen the dude floating around, Corpse Husband?
I don't believe so.
So I guess the dude has a moderately sized YouTube channel. He's got like 3 million subs, and
Oh
all
wow,
he does is he reads like he'll go on to like Let's Not Meet, No
oh
Sleep.
wow,
Did you hear his voice?
that yeah, whoa,
There's no mods on. That's just what he sounds like. That's just his voice. Right?
wow.
And he was on the AOC Among Us stream. And like
Oh okay,
anytime he gets introduced to somebody, it blows their mind. It absolutely just blows. They're like, "Whoa, what the? Who was that? What the fuck was that?"
wow.
Yeah, that's just how he is. Seems like a super cool, chill dude. He's one of the faceless YouTubers. He hasn't done a face reveal at all.
Holy crap. Wow. No, he just introduced himself in an Among Us game with a bunch of other streamers, and
Right?
they're like, "Holy shit, what? That's your voice?"
Uh-huh.
Like,
You should look up Corpse meets Sykuno, because they're both
what?
no Sykuno,
Who?
Sykkkuno.
Okay, there it is. I was
So
like,
like Sykuno's known for having a very soft voice, but he's got a very nice voice. What?
sorry, I was interrupted briefly.
Okay. But yeah, he's got like a very soft voice, but it's still a very nice voice. He's known for having a very nice voice. So
Yeah,
like he's on his stream doing his thing, and then Corpse comes in, and he's just like, "Whoa, what?" And everyone's
oh yeah,
like,
I think I just found that video.
yeah, oh my god, Corpse and Sykuno, you need to be best buddy." And then they end up just like being friends and just being all buddy buddy with each other the whole time.
So you got a guy with a 40 hertz voice, like
Right? So like he
that's
fucking gargles with gravel every morning.
yeah, every morning just wakes up angry and
I looked it up, and I guess he's got like TMJ or something that fucks with his like the back of his throat, but like the
huh,
connection between his ears and his throat, and like something with his jaw just makes his voice that low. And I guess it's
that's
gotten
pretty cool.
lower as his channel has progressed because of this condition.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't think that was possible.
So it's just yeah, that's what he sounds like, and that's how he is. He seems like a really cool dude. I tried
Oh
watching some
yeah.
of his content, but I'm like, it's not for me. Like it's
Hey,
just
hey,
not.
it's each their own.
It's
Like,
not. It's not my thing. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's not my thing.
yeah. Hey, there's no judgments here, man. Like,
Mm.
I mean, we have, I know between you and me, we have stuff that we do have in common, but I'm sure there's plenty of other stuff that we watch that's like, nah, I'm good, thanks.
Like you and all your freaking anime.
Oh yeah, yeah,
There's one right there. That's an
yeah. There's
easy
one right
one.
there. I mean, you're very, I consider myself picky in that
I'm
space,
pickier than
but
you.
you have a very like I need a here's the subset, here's another subset of what I'm looking for. And hey, again, that's to each their own. I'm not gonna like try to convert you. That'd be like me being like, "Hey, I'm a Republican. Look at me. Why aren't you Republican too?"
See, and I'm
Like
just picky about the things I watch in general.
yeah, oh yeah. I would say that's pretty accurate.
And I would say 75% of the content I consume on a regular basis is from YouTube.
Yeah, which for me,
I rarely watch Netflix. I don't really watch Netflix anymore. I'm kind of just done with Netflix.
oh
They
yeah,
haven't put anything good out in forever, and
And anything
and
they do put out is
stuff.
questionable at best.
And then, they put out more, and then they're like, oh, well, this didn't get this didn't create any more new subscribers. Or
That's
as many new.
that's
That's such a terrible metric. That is
that's
the
a
worst
dumb
metric. That is the worst thing to judge your content on. Is you need to judge it on watch time and retention.
And that's why I'm scared of the fact that they have The Witcher, because I don't know. It's one of those things where if they really, really go hard off that metric, I don't see them keeping The Witcher around past
they're
3
never
seasons.
gonna have anything successful if that's their only metric. If that's what's
Mm-hmm.
important to them, they're never gonna have.
Yeah. Oh, good segue. Because I was just thinking about this today, and actually, this is a great name for the episode. So I was watching Hitman, the first one that came out in 2006 or 7, with Timothy Oliphant, and all I could think was like, my God, he is so. I don't know why he's not in more shit in Hollywood. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, Timothy Oliphant has had like great shows that he's been on, like Justified, Deadwood. He played Agent 47 in Hitman. He played the bad guy in which Die Hard was it? The third one, fourth one? And he's just one of my favorite shows that was on Netflix was with him and Drew Barrymore was the Santa Clarita Diet, which they axed after 3 seasons. Naturally, because Netflix. But no, a great title for this episode is guest starring Timothy Oliphant. I thought of that this morning while I was eating cereal, and it's just he's one of those actors where I feel like he's underrated, or he's just not given like enough or more roles or something, or maybe he's not even looking for roles. I don't even know. But Timothy, if you're out there, if you listen to the podcast, which obviously you're a guest star on today's show, so you must do more stuff. I love to see you in movies.
You asked us to be on the show.
Yeah. I mean, it was you were begging us to come on the show.
Oh, he's in the most recent in the most recent season of Fargo. Yeah,
he's also in Fargo right now.
But he was in an episode of The Mandalorian.
Yep.
Episode of Good Place, Deadwood the movie. He was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He's not lacking work.
He's not lacking, but I feel like maybe I just feel like he needs another show. Like, did you ever watch Justified?
Mm-mm.
Great show. I would say try out the first episode, see how it feels. But it's pretty much like a modern day Western, Guy's a marshal, a U.S. marshal, and basically like his whole thing is like, if you draw on him, he's going to put you down. No question. And it's justified because you drew on him first. So that's just kind of the whole thing. And he gets stuck having to work back in his like home state and ends up having to do a bunch of shit in his hometown, which he tried to escape, and it ends up pulling him right back in. And it's just about like all these like it's almost like country gangland war. It's kind of interesting. Just a lot of different shit going on. I like the show, but I also like Timothy Oliphant. I like kind of like the modern day Western. So, I thoroughly enjoyed it though.
Probably not for me.
I don't know. Probably not. Look, I will get all the seasons on the Plex server, and you can watch it if you want.
like I said, I'm just really oddly picky about the content that I watch, and
I know.
I have a love-hate relationship with Hulu. Like, I like the content that's on Hulu, but I can't afford to maintain a subscription to it.
Well, what can't you get Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN for like $15 a month or something like that?
Right, but it's ad-supported Hulu.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't want to pay. It's the same reason I won't buy cable. I don't want to have to have a paid subscription to something I have to watch commercials on. Fuck that.
Yeah. I could see that.
So, like,
Ooh, man, segueing again. How about Twitch with all the bullshit they're pulling with like ads and shit, and ad blockers? Ooh, man. Let me tell you.
It's not just the fucking content ID bullshit anymore?
No. So, So they have also started polling. They will reduce the quality of the stream to 480p if you have an ad blocker running. So they will
Really?
permanently reduce the quality to 480p. Which actually, the funny thing is, a streamer found out about that, going to another streamer stream to watch about things that may or may not have impacted today's majestic date of November 7th.
Okay.
And they were like, "What is this bullshit? Why is this capped at 480p?" But just like, why is this the solution? This is not a good solution. This is stupid. So yeah, it's a very interesting time in the Twitchverse as far as I don't know what the fuck they're trying to do, but
I know if you subscribe to someone on Twitch, does that remove Twitch ads, or does it just
from their channel?
On that channel, okay. Just
for that channel. So what Twitch did years ago was, if you were an Amazon Prime member and you had Twitch Prime, you didn't have ads. Like, you were good. You were golden. That was great, because then it's like, dude, you could just hop in and out of channels, see what people are doing, not have to watch a bunch of pre-roll bullshit, to actually see what a streamer is doing. And then they killed that for whatever reason. I'm guessing they were like, "Oh, our ad revenue's down. Gee, I wonder why." And then, you could still get away with it with ad blocker or uBlock Origin, and you didn't have any problems. And then they kind of cut down, and like, ad blocker wasn't working for the longest time. I think they're finally onto the whole uBlock Origin thing, even though people are creating workarounds on GitHub left and right for it.
See,
bless those people.
That was the thing, is like, ad blocker was a thing for a while, and then they're like, "Oh, well, we'll block certain ads and we'll allow Adblock and Adblock Plus." They were like, we'll allow certain ads if they pay us to allow those ads. So everybody jumped ship from that and switched to uBlock Origin.
Yep. So it's just been a whole shit show. I mean, I don't know what Twitch's whole, like, what their leadership is actually doing at this point, because they're pissing off a lot of people. And to be honest, like, my Twitch consumption is way down because I don't like watching ads. That's why I don't have cable. That's why I don't have any subscription services where I'm fed ads. Like, it's why I don't own a fucking Samsung TV so it can show me ads.
That's why I have a fucking YouTube Premium subscription, so I don't have to watch ads.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not on YouTube enough to justify that personally for me, but again,
that's
you don't want ads, so you pay for the premium.
And I mean, Juliana and I have the fucking family plan.
Yeah,
because it's $15 a month for YouTube Red for 6 Gmail accounts.
That's fucking crazy. That's actually a pretty decent deal.
That's a really good deal.
So,
like, even if you're doing just 2 people on 2 different accounts, that's worth it, because you're saving $10.
Yeah, but it's it's just the same as like when I know my phone is spying on me, and it's like, "Oh, you said this word. Now we're just going to shove this ad down your throat." Yeah. It's like, well, I'm not going to pay attention to it, and now I'm not going to buy the product because you showed it to me.
Yeah,
dumbass. Like, Google, you should learn from that. I know you're listening right now.
Like, I don't click on ad links if I search.
Nope.
If I Google something, I'll click on the exact same link that's not an ad.
Yep. Ads are stupid.
Ads are terrible.
Yeah, like, most ads are just dumb.
That's the problem, is advertising, like the actual act of advertising, is so bad these days.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the ads themselves are poor quality. I'll skip ads on YouTube. Like, if somebody has a sponsored spot, I'll skip that. Like, I really like YouTubers who just tack it onto the end.
Oh, yeah.
Because then I'll just hit next in my playlist and not listen to it.
Like, the only
Because I don't need to hear about NordVPN for the 8 bajillionth time today.
The only ad I will never not get tired of is Jay's 2 cents iFixit ad that he custom created talking about iFixit. I don't know if you've seen any one of those that he's had
Mm-mm.
on his
I don't
channel.
watch Jay's 2 cents.
Oh man, okay. So he basically like everybody used to think that he was fucking sponsored by iFixit because he uses an iFixit kit to do a lot of his PC building.
But
As I
iFixit's
feel,
just good shit.
yeah, because iFixit's awesome. Like that's not a
I have
question.
an iFixit kit that I bought for like PC building. I use half the tools for mini painting
Yeah. So
because
like
that's
yeah.
I
Well, the
have
thing
the
was, is like everybody was like, "Oh, you're sponsored. That's why you're using." He's like, "No, this my wife got this for me for my fucking birthday. Like this isn't a thing." And so once iFixit actually approached him about doing like, "Hey, can you make an ad? You know, do you want to make an ad for iFixit?" He was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." So he made like a custom ad for his iFixit sponsorship on his channel, and it's fucking fantastic because he's like going and he's like, "iFixit'll fix anything," and he's like going on his truck, and he's like got the screwdriver on a lug nut, and he's just like, "Yeah, it works." He's like, "iFixit'll fix your friends," and he's using it on his cameraman, and just like created just a completely absurd iFixit commercial ad, and then ends it with just like him saying explosion. It's just an explosion, and it's just like iFixit, buy it. And it's just like that is good quality fucking advertising.
That's good advertising. And like everybody rags on Linus for his sponsor segues, which like yes, they're terrible, but it's just a meme at this point.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
he maintains the like you have to have 30 seconds of talking about the whatever and you have to hit these points. He splits it into two 15-second sections. They don't specify that it has to be 30 consecutive seconds.
Yeah.
It just has to be 30 seconds in the video talking about the sponsor.
I just linked the iFixit commercial clip there for you. So
okay,
it's
I'll check that out.
iFixit has all the tools you need to make your life better. Got a dirty phone screen? That's okay. You can fix it with iFixit. Thirsty? That's okay. Fix that thirst with iFixit. Refreshing. Use iFixit to fix your computer or even just upgrade it. Ooh, iFixit can fix anything, even this and this. Got a problem with with iFixit. They'll appreciate it. Guaranteed. Disclaimer, iFixit doesn't actually cause spills, fix friends, fix cars, fix tires, or fix things that are not designed to fix with iFixit. To find out more, click the link in the description below. Yeah, iFixit.
iFixit explosion.
yeah, it's the best ad ever. Like I already was gonna get an iFixit kit, and as soon as I saw that, like I knew I had to get one.
You specifically used his link to get it.
I mean, I haven't yet. I still need to buy one. I need to decide which one to get, honestly.
Just get the Protect Toolkit. That's the good one.
Oh, I know. It's
because
just
that gets
you
all the bits, that gets you all the extra stuff.
Yeah, I just need to. Which one did you say? The
Protect.
The Protect.
That's what I got. $60 for all of that. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I guess that probably there was another one. I don't remember what it was. Was it the Manta or something? I don't think they have that one anymore. The Mako driver kit. That's the one I was specifically looking at.
That's just drivers though.
Yeah, that's true. And this one has all the good stuff.
That's where I'm like, go Protect, because that gives you all the good stuff.
Yeah. I probably will.
Plus all of the stuff you get for $60, worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I use the fucking tweezers, and it's got like a little metal spatula thingy. I use both of those for mini painting all the time.
That's funny. I love it.
Like it's even got
it's
fucking
not just computers.
ESD safe tweezers that I use.
Oh yeah. Those are handy.
Yeah. What else? Yeah, no, I use. Luckily, like a lot of the tools needed for mini painting stuff, I already had in another capacity.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like,
because I mean that cuts down that initial cost of, hey, I need to buy all this shit.
yeah. But like now I also have the Protect toolkit with all the screwdrivers and shit for when I need to make make adjustments and upgrades to my computer that I
Yeah.
still use for that. And I need to utilize it to replace the fucking one of the joysticks on one of my Joy-Cons. Got drift
Mm.
real bad.
Oh yeah. Hey, did you see what was it, Nintendo? They're actually gonna start selling like individual Joy-Cons now. You don't have to buy them as a set.
Like a single,
Yeah, like you can buy a single.
about damn time.
Yeah, no. Um Also, I wasn't looking at the Mako kit. I was looking at the Manta driver kit, which has 112-bit and plus a larger and smaller
But
handle.
it's just a bit kit.
It's all bit kit.
Okay, so you don't get any of the other.
Don't get
See,
any of the other
and
stuff.
like that's where I'm at. Is like the Protect toolkit was way overkill for anything I'm gonna need
Yeah.
for my personal use.
And
So
I know for me personally, because
you're who you
ev-
are.
because everybody thinks, hey, you're good with computers, you can fix this, right? Like I will probably somehow use all of those bits at some point in my life. I wouldn't even be shocked. Like that's the thing. The amount of times I'm asked, like, hey, can you fix this MacBook? And it's like, I don't know. I don't want to, but here we are. And I'm trying to jimmy open these fucking screws because God forbid Apple use anything that's not like a star from hell. So, yeah, I don't know. I might go that route because that, and you know, it's got the bigger handle as well as the small one. So you got your slightly more precision, slightly bulkier. I'll put that on my Christmas list. That's what I'll do.
Yeah,
It sounds like
my Christmas list is a lot of mini hobby gadgets.
yeah, that and a desk. I need a new desk,
Same.
badly.
I want a nice,
Um,
good wraparound desk so I can.
oh, so yeah, I don't know if I could pull that off, but
Because I sort of have that type of setup with where I'm at. Like I've got my desk with all my computer stuff on it, and then I've
yeah.
got the table with all my mini paintings with all my mini stuff on it. But the thing with that is this is a full the table that I have here is like one of those fucking folding plastic tables,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and it's higher in the middle than it is on the ends, and it bows, so it's not
Oh,
flat.
yeah, yeah.
So that's a problem.
That would bother me.
It's bothersome.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't have that problem, but it's bothering me that you have that problem. Like, I'm now bothered by the fact that you told me that. Because I'm thinking in my head using it, that would just really annoy the hell out of
For the
me.
most,
Or trying to put things on it and then like they just start to roll one way or the other.
for the
I mean, I'm probably like really overestimating this bow in the table, but
it's not
I don't know.
terrible.
And plus, I'm assuming it's a plastic. Like, is
Oh,
it a
yeah.
plastic?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would bother me too. I'm really bothered by this table that you're talking
You haven't
about.
even seen.
And yeah, I haven't seen it, used it, but it bothers me. Huh.
Yeah, I also want like a better organization system than like these cubbies are great, but I need something better,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I want a little case to store my minis in better.
Yeah. Hey, that's all something though. Hobbies show you what you need to get
Yeah,
as soon as you know.
I need to
I mean, it's like
I need to get my own air compressor. I was having the hardest time getting my fucking airbrush to work. It was just all sputtery and like it wasn't working right. And then I found out that there's just like there's several layers. So there's the flat bit that has the nozzle that sticks out of it, right?
yeah.
and then there's a cap that goes over that. And in the flat bit that has the nozzle that sticks out of it, there's a little hole that's just air. And then the nozzle is where there's a needle that runs through that pulls in and out to allow paint to flow through. And it's like a siphon effect and gravity fed and all that good shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And I guess very early on, it managed to clog the cap that goes over the nozzle. And so there wasn't enough actual air pushing through. But yesterday I realized that. I pulled it off and I looked in and I saw that there was just a little bit of paint that was making it nice and tight around the nozzle itself. So I just took my X-Acto knife and I just kind of scraped that out real quick and it immediately just started doing what it was supposed to fucking do.
That's the best. When things just start working
So I'm
again.
just like, yes, this works now. And luckily, before I lost my job, or before my temporary position was ended, not
Yeah.
like,
That is a moniker.
I didn't get
You didn't
fired.
lose your job.
My temporary position
you
ended.
knew.
I knew it
Yeah.
was going to end at some point. That's when it ended, so it's fine.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's how that went. So I was able to get I was able to get all the varnishes I'm going to need. I was able to get the primer. I was able to get Flow Aid, airbrush cleaner, needle juice, all sorts of good. Like, I was able to get a lot of good supplies before I didn't have an income. Now I just need to find something that generates an income with this stuff.
Yeah.
So I just need to get a kit that I can paint up and sell with all the appropriate. Well, I guess I could do another Space Wolves army. Need to get the transfer sheets though. Yeah, I'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Games Workshop was just like, hey, Space Wolves this week. So like they got a new codex, they got a new kit,
Nice.
all sorts of good stuff. And I'm excited because I'm running a Space Wolves army, and I want to make my Space Wolves army super badass and awesome, and yeah, I just need the money to do that.
Warhammer.
The kit they released is $140.
Holy shit.
I mean, you get a lot with it. You get it's enough to have a fieldable army.
Yeah. Oh man, but yeah, entry level, man. That is. Why are minis so expensive?
And this is just like tabletop war game stuff. This isn't like display shit.
Oh yeah, that's true. Display stuff is holy crap expensive.
That's where it gets expensive. And my boy Scott over at Miniac just did a whole video of like, hey, if you just want awesome minis to paint that aren't for a war game, but if you just want cool shit with awesome sculpts, go here. Go to these different places and buy their stuff. And I was like, yes, I will do that eventually.
See, just as long as you're not buying the Warlord Titan, which is the $2,000.
No, fuck no. I saw that and I was like, because I saw one that was on Forge World, and it was like a full-size Titan, but it was just the body. It didn't have a head or arms.
Oh
and
my
that
God.
just the body was $1,200. The head and arms were $500.
That's crazy.
And I was like, no.
No, sir. No.
But Midwinter Minis said that once he reaches 1,000 subscribers on Patreon, he's going to buy that kit in its entirety and build it on the channel.
Like the full size, right? Not like the
whole big thing.
Nice.
I saw some dude, he painted one of those Imperial Knights. And it had
really?
Oh yeah. Well, there's a bunch that have been done that look really cool, but he did freehand art on it.
Oh wow.
Every panel.
Oh, that's cool.
So he had, because he had a whole story for it. Like, it was a knight that was it was like entreated with the Ultramarines, and it had tribute art to two different Ultramarine heroes
Yeah.
all over itself, and it was incredibly well done. And he posted it all on Reddit, and it looked great. And he had one where he had done this amazing looking freehand, and then he went to mask it off and paint
Yeah.
something else. So when he pulled the tape off, it ripped a
Oh.
good chunk of the portrait off. So he
Oh
had
no.
to repaint it to fix it,
Oh man.
and it looked just like it had before he
Oh.
damaged it. He
Okay.
managed to do it flawlessly.
Holy shit. That would be stressful.
Yeah.
I could not.
Scott, my boy Scott, he just released a video, I guess a couple weeks ago now, that was his documentation of converting, building, and painting a Renegade Knight. It was his commemorative last commission ever. This is the last commission I'm ever gonna do. Every model after this is a model I want to paint for me.
Nice, yeah.
So he did that, and just the conversion took longer than the total amount of time he quoted for for the whole project.
Wow.
So he
Jeez.
quoted 40 hours for the whole thing.
Yeah.
From conversion to assembly to painting to everything. The conversion took 50 hours.
Holy crap. Wow.
But he didn't fuck around with it. Because the
Yeah.
reason, and it's like, he painted a Renegade Knight, but the thing was, when he was commissioned to do it, the Renegade Knight didn't exist on Games Workshop. A month after he received the commission, Games Workshop released a Renegade Knight.
Oh.
But the guy was like, I still want this. Like, do what you want. I still want it painted. I still want the conversion. Like, I still want it.
Wow. God, that's crazy. That's so much time.
And
Holy crap.
he ended up getting like $2,000 for that fucking thing because he did an amazing job with it.
That's cool.
Like, he ended up adding chains, and he made all the arms magnetic so you could swap out the weapons.
Oh, I think I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Like, every weapon had
that was badass.
completely customized parts, and yeah, it was absolutely
that's
insane,
awesome.
the amount of work he put into that. And I'm really
awesome.
I'm really excited for when he finishes his biggest project that he's ever done. Is he started painting a model to the absolute highest quality he could do.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to put the most effort into this model that I possibly can, and I'm going to do the best work I've ever done. This is the best I can do.
All right.
And he's over 100 hours into it, and he's about halfway done.
Holy shit. That is insane.
So sort of on that subject, in the kit that I'm building the Space Marine side of the Space Marines versus Plague Marines.
Yeah.
There's a captain. And the way Space Wolves do their cloaks is different than everybody else. Because, like, normal Space Marines and normal Space Marine captains that have, like, capes and shit just have capes. Well, fucking Space Wolves always have fucking fur pelts for their capes. So
makes sense.
I'm gonna have to and like they got the whole Norse theme going for them, so I can't.
Yeah.
Like, I don't fault them at all. The model I want the most is literally a dude riding a chariot pulled by two giant wolves.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, yes, please, give me 3. He's a character,
That's pretty
so I don't
awesome.
have one in an army. But I'm going to have that model. I will have that model in my army, eventually. But I'm going to try and convert the cape that I have to be that. To try and make it that sort of thing.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Warlord's Titan, it's not even usable, right? It's not a playable unit.
No, it is.
It is?
Yeah, it's like your army, but
Yeah, because
in
it's
like, in
like
like a 2000 in like a 2,000 point army, that's 2,000 points.
yeah, okay.
I
That's
actually,
what
well, let's see what can I actually have a thing. Master editor. Just gonna call this Warlord Titan. Add force. I want to add Imperium, Imperial Knights, not patrol detachment, Unbound Army.
Oh,
Okay.
it's got a higher point cost than that.
Let's see what is it? Warlord Knight. Shoot. It's no, that can't be right. Huh. It's not there. So there's the Knight Castellan, which is the highest. The highest point value I'm seeing here is the Acastus Knight Porphyron. Huh. I must not be thinking of the same thing then.
Oh, okay. So Titans start at 2K and go up from there. To a maximum, it looks like 3,050 points. Good Lord.
Oh, it's a Forge World model. That means it's 30k. That's why it didn't show up. Yeah, the fucking Mars Pattern Warlord Titan body is $1,500.
Wow. That's crazy. And awesome and cool.
Right.
And hopefully I never get into it because I will probably lose a relationship. So
Yeah, that
Oh,
that
man.
model is not fieldable in Warhammer 40k.
Okay. But 30K it is fieldable?
I believe so.
Okay.
I don't know why else they would have it. So the difference between 40k and 30k is 40k
Well,
is post
10,000 years.
well, yeah, 40k is post Horus Heresy.
Yeah, yeah.
So in like Titans basically stopped being used after the Horus Heresy, essentially, and they kind of fell by the wayside.
Okay.
And then they were rediscovered.
Okay, so almost like one of those lost tech things that.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Nice.
So
Man, they just need somebody just invest billions of dollars into a series that lives true to everything. That's all I want. And run it for like 20 years. And then I can die happy knowing that there was a great sci-fi war machine movie or series that lasted 20 years and I got to watch all of it. That's all I want. Do it. Somebody do it. Who's got billions of dollars they can throw around? I mean, there's got to be somebody out there.
get Bezos on the phone.
That'd be something. I feel like he'd be the one too. He'd be like, "Oh yeah, I used to paint 40K models way back in the day. Let's do this." It's like, here's a blank check. Make a show. Make a series. And then, like the next week, Amazon stock shoots up to like 4,000 a share. In the wake of a 40K series, it's going to span 20 years of actual like production time.
Unless they get the dude who made the Astarte series.
No, not gonna.
It probably won't be any good.
Because
the dude who made that series fucking killed it.
Yeah. That's all I want, man. I just want a show that I know will just like stand the test of time and last like a long time.
Good luck with that.
I know it's probably not going to happen in my lifetime. Like I feel like those shows have already come and gone. I blame America.
But that's the thing is like they haven't really come and gone. There's not really any show like that that's completely timeless.
Star Trek.
Oh, yeah. But even then, like, the graphics and shit are super dated.
Well, yeah, super dated, but
At the time, they were phenomenal. They were about
at the time, phenomenal, and honestly, even now, I would say it's just you're there because of the story they're telling, not necessarily just for, oh, it's it's not even 1080p. What is this bullshit? It's just
Right.
you're there for the story and the characters.
Yeah, that is one thing that show got objectively right.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. I'm trying to think of other shows. I guess. Well, how long was MASH on the air for? That was another show people loved. I feel like MASH was on 11 seasons. That's not bad.
Yeah,
I'd say The Simpsons, but at this point, they're just a dead horse that's being beaten over constantly.
Seriously.
32 seasons. Wow.
And they're not done.
That to me is insane. What else has been on for a long time? Seinfeld only had like 7 seasons or 10 seasons, 9 seasons.
Seinfeld was on for a good long while for a sitcom about nothing.
Yeah. What I loved was the fact that when Seinfeld hit that peak and they knew they were a show about nothing, and then they pitched their own show within the show to NBC.
Right.
Like that.
They
that
had
was
a whole
fucking
season,
gold,
they had
man.
a whole season documenting getting Seinfeld pitched.
That is just like your show has hit peak amazingness at that point when you're essentially
they even had Jerry playing himself.
Yeah. I mean,
and just, like the Elaine character was super it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I love the like Kramer versus Kramer aspect of it where Kramer meets him.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because he's just great. Completely just low key like, what do you want? I guess some raisins. What about it?
Another one which will go on forever, but not unlike The Simpsons, will continue to be good. South Park, 24 seasons so far of that.
South Park has they've made some strides. I still need to see the pandemic episode.
I heard good things.
I've heard it was really good.
Yeah.
They released an hour-long pandemic special, and I was like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's another
shit.
one.
Okay, we hit time.
We did? All right.
Like 10 minutes over. So
that's whatever.
It is whatever, but I gotta pee, so we'll call it for now, so I don't have to have you just talk to the void again.
That's probably the best.
Right.
You don't ever listen to what I say in this, do you?
I've never heard a single one. You tell me what you're talking about, but even then, I don't really know if I believe what you've spoken. I couldn't even tell you what episodes we've done that in for me to go back and try and listen to.
I think 4 and 7.
We've done it so many times, I don't even know. We've done it.
We've only done it twice.
We've done it at least twice, but I don't know.
Yeah, we've done it twice.
I don't know which episodes, and I kind of don't want to know at this point. I kind of want it to just be a thing where that happens.
It's like a mystery.
And just and you just create like this, you end up creating like this lore stream in those little interstitial
I could.
bits.
Might as well. All right.
And then you just come back and say something objectively awful.
Yeah. Well, yeah, what was the last one? Holocaust denial or something?
Yeah, it was. I think you came back with a Hitler did nothing wrong or some shit.
Oh, yeah, that one too. All right. I hope that doesn't get me canceled, obviously.
Canceled before you start.
Yeah, canceled before I even started.
It's been fun.
It has been a pleasure.
We will,
as always,
catch you guys next time.
Catch you next time.